Does Happy own that cemetery? Because, or did he pay for all these plots? Because why is every person that's died in this universe in this one little fucking cemetery? Welcome back to Trees in Space, the show where we boldly go where no reviewer has gone before, through every movie genre, fueled by fan opinion and questionable nostalgia, and our own hot takes. This week, Jason and I watched the 2025 PG-13 comedy Happy Gilmore 2. I'm Nate, and that is Jason, and this is probably the newest movie we've ever watched.
The fact that we were privileged enough by the powers that be to get a quick look at this movie, and have it recorded like we did, that's impressive. But before we get onto that, I just want to say really quick, um, RIP to all the celebrities that passed away in the last week. It's a hard time to be a Gen Xer right now. I'm just saying.
Try being an
This,
elder millennial.
I mean, it's
This is
like.
my childhood.
I know it's my childhood too for the most part. I mean, seriously, Hulk Hogan for some reason hit me harder than I ever thought it would. Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm. I can't ever say his name right. He has three of them
Theo
though. But
Huxtable.
anyways, yes, I just want to throw that out there because I know that none of them are any movies that we're going to review, so we're not going to do a movie with them.
Actually, probably was it Mr. Nanny,
uh,
the
yeah, it's
Hulk
fair.
Hogan movie? I have that's
Yeah.
been on my purview. I have been thinking about
Uh-huh.
that movie actually for a while. It'd probably be in a 2026 release.
But I just wanted to bring that up there because I figured it'd be remiss if we didn't say something.
I knew the Ozzy thing was gonna happen. Like he hasn't been good. Like he's just noticeably been declining. So it's just like
Oh.
the fans have had time to kind of mourn
Hmm.
with him being alive. The Hulk Hogan thing, however, like I knew
I
the
mean,
years
he
of
was like
steroids and
maybe,
stuff were gonna get there to him,
yeah.
but like it just came out of left field. Like,
I mean, he was in his 70s, almost had a birthday coming up, and of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Thank you. He just drowns. I mean, he's
yeah.
my age, and he just that's too soon. But yeah.
Well,
So on a depressing note, let's move on to this wonderful movie.
yeah, let's go ahead and tell you all at home what this movie is about, shall we? Uh, Gilmore returns to the sport of golf since his retirement after winning his first tour championship to finance his daughter's ballet classes.
Yes, that's right. Oh, and for those that don't know, that's his actual daughter.
Yeah, three of his kids, three daughters
Yes.
were in this movie.
The other daughter was the one in the AA with him, or the Hal with him, the one that goes, "You
Yep.
reminded me of my father." That was his other daughter,
Yep.
and I don't. I guess maybe his other was his daughter or his wife. It was there was a third one.
I don't
Uh,
know. Yeah, I couldn't figure that out either. Unless it
it
was
maybe
unless his wife was the dance instructor. Was that? I don't know.
that's what I'm thinking.
'Cause
That's
that
what
was
I'm
the
thinking.
only
But
other like character that I could tell. Like,
that was a female in the role that wasn't his wife, Julie Bowen.
yes,
Um, so it had a lot of nostalgia pullback type film,
they did a
whatever.
lot of de-aging.
They did.
They
They
like,
did a lot of the
they
Asian.
Forrest Gumped some stuff. So that way
Yeah.
they kind of filled the timeline between the first movie and the second movie, which I really liked. There when they were like, I hosted SNL three times. Like, hey, cool.
Hmm. Yeah, and they did all that, and they explained how he was doing so good. I'm going to tell you though, my not my favorite part. I think John Daly might have been my favorite character. But Shooter McGavin was great too. I think they
He
did a great job.
great character arc in Shooter McGavin.
Yes, yes.
I will fill a pillowcase full of golf balls
Golf
and
balls
beat
and beat
him.
him to death.
I would fill a pillowcase with golf balls and beat the piss out of.
He was like, it's like he's been in Sandler for 29 years. Oh my God, there was those parts were so humorous, and like you said, sometimes movies run too long, and I think this one did, but
Yes,
some
certainly.
things were necessary.
Uh, I liked the math. Actually, I had to figure it out when it was $75,000 for
Mm.
a year for 4 years for her to go to college. And doesn't John Daly say like 333,000 or something
Yes,
like
he does.
that? And Happy's like 300,000. He's like,
Yeah, he's
oh
like,
great, if you get a discount,
yes,
great.
yeah, and he's like, That's terrible math." That was John Day was great. Oh, and I don't know. I'm sure they did the prop, for the movies. But I want me a cucumber that's a flask. I want me all the flasks that man had.
Yeah, it's so
I
many.
just
And that leads me to a question.
yeah.
Why was V pouring the alcohol into the
The
trash
trash bag.
instead of just taking the whole thing and just throwing it away? It's not like Dad's gonna become an alcoholic again and hide his booze. Like, why are you keeping it? It's not nostalgia.
Well, I didn't even think about that part. Just like, why doesn't he just pour it down the sink?
I it,
I mean, who puts liquid in a trash bag? I
uh,
mean,
I don't know. I mean, someone who doesn't take out the trash.
I, yeah, that's probably true. And I don't know how many spoilers we want to give out on this review because the movie just came out Friday.
Well, I
I
have
don't know
quite a
what we
few
should.
no
Okay,
spoilers, but
okay, please go with the non-spoilers.
I
Spoilers.
do have some gripes, some complaints, some questionable decisions. Like
Okay, let's hear them.
when Happy goes golfing at the discount course with the other three people. There's two gentlemen and a lady.
And
And,
you can tell they don't golf.
right. And then there's Happy.
Mhm.
Now, you and I have been to a golf course. When you go to a golf course and you get ready to play your green or your
Tea time.
uh, you stand at what's called a tee box. And there's
Hmm.
four different tee boxes. You have your professional, you have your white tee box, which is just everybody, you have your older person tee box, and then you have your ladies tee box. They were all hitting off the same tee box, including Happy, which makes me wonder what tee box were they hitting from?
I'm gonna presume they're just hitting off the basic one that we would hit off of, not the professional,
Yeah, the
not
whites.
not the
Yeah.
seniors. Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
it's
one.
like
I would. Yeah.
purple, white, red, and gold, or gold and
Uh,
red.
Unless you're in a really different kind of place, which they go brick, wood, plastic, because they do that too now.
Oh,
Places I've gone to. Yeah, it's very nice. It's like the stronger the substance, the further back you go.
that's
So,
interesting.
anyways, yeah.
Um, if you're watching this movie, folks, and you're wondering like how they did a lot of flashbacks. There's a lot of
Mm.
nostalgia, so much fan service in this movie. Um, I
And no, they're saying that's one of the problems I have with this movie is they were telling jokes, but they had to go do with the flashback for the joke to land. It's like if you're watching this movie and you're aware of the first one, you don't need to see the flashback because we have streaming services. You're gonna watch this movie. You probably watched the first one recently,
yep.
and if you're not a fan of the movie, you're not gonna watch it anyhow, probably. So you don't. The flashback's really unnecessary unless they just want to have that person's face in the video. I mean, I did like the fantasy, the happy place where she's young, and I did like that flashback.
And she's like, you got me walking around in cheap laundry,
And,
holding
and,
2 pints of moose
a
head laundry.
moose, that was good, yeah.
Uh,
And Rob Schneider is actually the guy on the bike, which was, I mean, the tricycle. It was not him the first time. It was the actual little person.
yes. I didn't understand why Happy Gilmore was chasing a remote control car in this movie.
I'm
It's
gonna guess it goes back to Rocky 2 when he chases the chicken.
is that so? That's I kind of thought it was like a Rocky montage in this
It
movie,
was.
and I was like, because I thought about it the second time I watched it, I was like, this feels very Rocky, but I'd never
Yeah.
seen Rocky, so I was like, am I just fabricating that this feels like it would be in a Rocky movie?
It was definitely a Rocky thing. And the thing is, I don't think they understand the meaning or the reason for a montage in this movie because the montage, you're trying to condense the runtime and show him that he's went from crappy to good in about 30 seconds. Not right there before he actually has to play the very final game against the multiplex or whatever it's called. Oh, and by
Maxi
the
golf.
way, Max, that has some real potential.
You think so?
I mean, obviously not the snow thing or
The flaming sand traps.
yeah. I mean, obviously those things were outrageous, but there are things about shot clock, um, 7 holes. I didn't understand how that all worked. There's 5 of them, and then there's 7 holes, but it was 2 to 2 to 1 or whatever the scoring and stuff.
I
But
think they're only playing
uh,
5 holes.
okay, but like the longest drive, thou 1,000 yard par four. Like, or the sand trap that is actually, 6 feet in the ground. Certain things it has potential.
Well, I agree. I think creating obstacles on a golf course, like a mini golf course,
Hmm.
but I questioned this maxi golf thing. Where is maxi golf? They live in Connecticut. Happy drives to the maxi golf course, which leads me to believe that maxi golf is in Connecticut. Now, the jackass son gets eaten by 4 alligators. There are no alligators in Connecticut. Why, how is there alligators in Connecticut to eat this guy?
Um, was that during the Maxi game?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, because I got a little confused because the montage was before he actually started
Right.
playing golf again. The montage was when he learned how to play the Maxi golf.
I only know that
Um,
because of where it's written in my notes. I believe that was,
okay,
though it could have been
I don't
the
know.
tour, but
No,
I'm
no, I
pretty
think you're
sure
right
that
because
Maxi.
that one guy was that's because Post Malone comments on that. You're right
Yeah,
because it goes, we have our first fatality. He's like, woo, yeehaw, whatever. Um, because there's a lot of
a
cameos in this
lot of
film
cameos in this movie.
and a lot of real golfers too. And
Yes,
that one
and
guy that gets arrested,
yeah.
um, he actually got arrested in real life like 2 years ago for something or a year ago. I don't
Oh,
think
really?
he teed off and the cops came and arrested him something about like where he parked or something. I'm not sure what it was. That's why he said, "Oh no, not again."
I thought the golfers acted extraordinarily well.
I
And
thought so too.
it's funny because I thought these golfers acted better than actors.
They did act better than a lot of actors. Yeah,
And
yeah,
like the the Eminem cameo, I guess we can at least say some of these cameos.
yeah.
I like Eminem. I like quite a bit of his music. I thought the lines for his role were kind of shitty, and he definitely didn't deliver them overly well. Like it was kind of hacky, and I was saddened. There, like a lot of those cameos were hacky, and
Hmm.
just kind of like, oh, you want to be in my movie? Let's go ahead and write some lines. Enter. Here you go. Like that's
Well,
what
but we're
it
talking
felt
about.
like.
I think all the nostalgia was perfectly set when Shooter McGavin went to the cemetery and they had that fight.
Yes.
I think it was great that they showed Shooter like not being the punk, whatever. And I loved his character. In the fight, they beat each other up. You saw all the people that were dead, which was the nostalgia that you needed. And then as they're both laying against the tombstone, and Adam Sandler said whatever, and then he did the rhyme back to Adam Sandler like Adam Sandler
Yeah.
did to him. I thought that was a great reversal. I love that whole scene.
I agree. I'm so happy that they brought the fight in. Like
Hmm.
those two, that's legitimately all they needed to do.
Hmm.
Let them fight. 29
Yeah,
years ago, just let them freaking fight. But it needed to happen now because they're old and tired. But
yeah, it was great.
does Happy own that cemetery? Because, or did he pay for all these plots? Because why is every person that's died in this universe in this one little fucking cemetery? Even the Mr. Lady.
Yeah, even and the jackass, he wouldn't be buried in the same cemetery because he didn't like the jackass.
Right.
Oh, and get me out of here! Oh Lord, there were some really funny parts to this. It was just, and of course he has five kids, four boys, one girl. The oldest boy is played by that wrestler in the AEW or whatever, MFP or something.
Yeah.
But I like how they all have the same characteristics, like the thing with between the legs.
Yep.
They all. I like that. I like how
They
they
all
beat the
get
hell out of the
angry
car
and they all,
together.
yeah.
Yes, very much a dad thing. I like that part too.
I really, and it's not even like he was important, but Steve Buscemi's in this movie. The Boosh.
Hmm. The
Like,
moosh.
I was so happy to see him. I like when he was dancing on the porch, taking a piss in the mailbox.
Hmm.
Like, I was like, oh my God, like it's the Boosh. He'll do whatever. Like, oh, I was so happy. I was so
He
happy.
was there. Yeah, there were just so many. I mean, the smaller parts. The John Daly, who was perfect in this movie.
Magnificent. Again, golfer.
Yes.
Extremely great. Perfect. Like the golfers nailed it.
Yeah. How you doing, Uncle John Daly? It's like what? He goes. He's like, I'll be out of your garage shortly. I just put a down payment on a tent.
Hey, Uncle John Daly.
Hey, Vienna. Hey, Happy.
Hey, pal.
I'm almost out of here. I just put a down payment on a tent.
I
Uh,
thought that was hilarious.
Me too. I was actually thinking the same line when you came up with it. So, uh,
Oh.
I did have an issue with um Slim Chubbs. No,
Oh,
Chubb's son.
Chubb's son? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Slim.
Slim. Totally could tell that dude had a fake hand, and he was holding it with his other hand because that thing
Yeah.
was like
It
this
was so much
part
longer than
part.
him,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Uh,
crazy. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good, man.
yeah, I have no I mean, I guess we'll talk about that when we get, our reviews.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the 5-star and 1-star or less reviews. The first 5-star review comes from Ed K. Funny, nostalgic, and warm and entertaining. All movies should have these qualities. Got to love The Sandman.
Who was the Sandman? I don't remember.
Adam Sandler.
Sandler.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay. Everyone don't need a nickname, people.
He's
Everyone
had
don't
this
need
for
a
a
nickname.
long time.
Yeah, but
You're just
still, I'm
not
just
hip to the
out of the
game.
loop. I guess
Yep.
I'm not. I'm too hip for the game. How about that? The first 1-star or less review comes from Tom P. Terrible bad acting. Plot completely ran on the reputation of the first one, which I loved. Shame on you, Happy Madison. I
The,
mean, you kind of. I mean,
it,
go ahead.
yeah, it's. I'll talk. I'll get into it because
I'm
anyway.
going to say, of course, it ran on it's 30 years old, 25 years old.
Yeah.
And people want to watch it 30 years later. There's not been a reboot in between there or anything like that. Of course, it ran on that reputation. What did you expect?
That's all he has.
Yeah.
Uh, the next 5-star comes from Charble T. Nothing wrong with it. Felt old school, which a lot of comedies miss these days. As for those negative reviews, not sure what more people expected. Did you expect him to save a cat from a burning building or so? Enjoyed it. Well-made sequel, light-hearted.
He's saying exactly what I'm saying. This is a sequel to a movie. It could have been better spots, but what do you expect? Okay. The next 1-star review comes from Eric G. It's probably the worst movie I've ever seen, and I love the original. This had terrible, terrible acting, worst plot, and too long to sit through.
If you want to challenge your statement, I suggest you watch Strays. The last 5-star review comes from John P. Brilliant. Love the cast, comedy, soundtrack, usual Sandler acting buddies, and some newbie guests. His 3 ladies, the fam, being there overall funny as a hole-in-one happy tappy.
Happy.
Just
Happy.
tap,
As in the original. Did I just tap it in?
you little
Just
tappy. Tap,
tap it
tap,
in.
taparoo.
Oh, I do. I should have said this during our initial talk of this. The very last hole that do this, did that suddenly stop as soon as he made it and everybody just jumped on? Like, wow.
Same question. I
Skip past it when we talk. Okay. The last 1-star review comes from Jess T. Severely disappointing. Plot hardly made any sense, was really hard to follow. Camera work was really shaky throughout. Jokes and actors were cringe. Many didn't make sense and had no context. The cameos were not utilized well at all. The only thing worse than regular golf on TV or no TV was this movie.
It was a little harsh.
Yeah, extremely harsh. I mean, you can, yeah.
But hey, not everybody likes lemonade. Some people like iced tea. Some people think they're getting mistaken for Arnold Palmer when they ask for iced tea and lemonade, when in really it's just Jack Nicholas.
Who I met. But
The WTF was the first came from an unknown. It's a 5-star, and it came out on July 24th, 2025. Happy Gilmore 2 was a blast from start to finish. Adam Sandler was hilarious. I figure if it comes out on DVD, I'll get it. You need to see it on Netflix.
is this a Netflix hack that reviewed this? So they're like, hey, get it on Netflix.
I'm wondering if somebody on the West Coast saw it somehow, and East Coast, or
Well, I mean, some people get a
different
early
country.
review. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So
Well, Jason and I talked about this movie. We heard from what you all thought at home about this movie. Let's go ahead and see what this movie is rated as of right now on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics scored this movie at 66%, while you at home, the audience, you scored this movie at 74%.
I am not surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was 20 points less on each of those. I've been a little surprised if it was much higher than that, but that seems fair to me.
I think the critics might be a little low on this. The audience, this is so. Just a PSA: this score has been climbing since this movie started. So you at home may see this review in like a year from now, and it's going to be completely different than 66 and 74, because it was 60% this morning before we started, and 73%. So it's going up. So. We'll
But
see.
just like any other school, just like in school, if you're at a 74% or everybody starts at 100, as soon as you get a low, it's hard to get high. It's hard. It takes a lot of high marks to get those a lot higher. So, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It was at 60% this morning?
It
Really?
was. Yep.
Wow.
All right. Now, the moment you all have been waiting for. Let's find out what Jason and I rate this movie. I will go ahead and kick us off. I actually enjoyed this movie. There was alcoholic part of it, I didn't see that coming. Um, his reason for becoming this person totally caught me off guard. But I enjoyed how it paid almost fan service to the original Happy Gilmore movie. There were a couple different storylines going on in here. There was the pay for his daughter's school, but then another protagonist kind of comes in and becomes that. Actually, there's two of them. So then you go down this other cart path. And then somehow the two paths meet up at the 18th hole. And it all just kind of works out. Again, it just seems like they're like, oh, I need to finish this movie somehow. Oh, let's just put it all in this one thing. And it hinges on this one character who happens to have a whole lot of money and is going to solve the problem. Outside of that, I thought the writing was good. I thought everything was great. There was a lot of people. The original sports announcer was back, and it was great. It was, to me, I don't know if we're gonna count Bactal nudity as a stump bump. I'm not. Oh, I'd also recommend this movie to my surgeon. Sorry, forgot that part. But I'm not gonna give it a stump bump for seeing butts. I'd rather see nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie 3 trees.
Now it's my turn.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
I recommend it to my surgeon for sure. I thought it was a fine movie. You mentioned the stump bump, and off the one butt. That was a fake butt. I could tell it was a fake butt, so it doesn't count. I'd have gave it a jump, but it was fake. Um, so I thought it was a little too long, which is one of Nate's favorite things to say, because things are to be too long. I think they built up the beginning a little too long, like that part of the whole beginning. Like we really didn't need all the backstory. I mean, they need a little bit, but they kept going on and on before this movie started. I mean, we're 30 minutes in this movie before Shooter McGavin's even mentioned. Even though and the maybe not that far into it, but and Maxi, what's it called? The other golf club
Maxi
thing?
Golf.
Yeah, those were brought in like with an hour and 20 minutes left. It's like those things should have been brought in early, and then you can build onto it. I did like you said, the golfers were great actors for the majority of them. I liked some of the cameos. I thought the writing was fine. It was a little bit long. I understand this fan service and the nostalgia, but there was a little bit of overkill. Um, there was some scenes that definitely didn't need to be in there. It was a little convoluted, like you were saying, and then they just came together at the end. And some of those paths did not need to be in this movie. Um, so I am 100% agreeing with my LP because it was a fun movie, and it was not average, but above average. And I did like Happy Gilmore, so I'm giving this 3 trees.
Hey, there you all have it. I hope you enjoyed this review of Happy Gilmore 2. Jason and I definitely tried our best to not spoil this movie. There's plenty of other cool little things that you'll get to see in this movie that we like. I'm just telling you, if you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. There's the protagonist. You will not believe who it is. Um, this man has changed since he was a little boy. But until next time, we will see you here at Trees in Space Show on YouTube at 7 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody.